Okay, folks, I wanted to share this this job with you that I'm going to do on these boots. These are competition rodeo boots. They're specifically kind of custom built for the athletic part of pro rodeo or competition rodeo. But what I wanted to share with you on these boots right here, when I get into them, I want you to keep in mind that the way these boots are built was the way boots were built 150 years ago, and they were just made solid and good quality stuff. No injection molded, no plastic, none of that stuff. And so what I want to do here is kind of share this with you. And you can tell on this pair of boots right here, I've already taken the sole off. So I'm going to move this one over, and then I'm going to flip this one over on its side right there so I can show you the inside of this boot here. Okay, let me get situated here. Okay, and this is the this is the shank that was in there. It was built with a metal shank. Okay, and this was the sole, and I took it off. I removed it so you could see the inside of the boot. Now you can tell that I mean he really works around livestock and cattle. I mean that's bull crap right there. Okay, that's cow crap right there. It's in these boots and stuff, and he wears them hard. And he competition rides in the rodeo with these. So anyway, we're going to re-sole them. But what I wanted to show you on this boot right here, I want you to see this. This is a solid leather base. Okay, no plastic, no injection molding, no nothing. But I also wanted to show you one more thing. I'm going to flip it over here. Okay, this was not only nailed on, okay? They also because of what he does with them, the rodeo thing. Sorry about my finger there, I smashed it. Okay, they even put screws in there. You can see they put some screws in there to hold that heel on. So when he's riding in the competition, they really got to stay in there, and there's a lot of torque put on those stirrups and whatever they do in that. I've never done that myself, but I have watched it, and it's very tough sport. And listen, if that heel comes off, then he could get hurt. He could get hurt, and then of course it could cause him to lose the competition, or he won't be as successful as he wanted to be when he was riding in the competition. But now let's go over here. Okay, I'm going to come over here now. All right, I want you guys to see this right here. Oh man, is that beautiful, beautiful stuff. You can do more research on this when you Google JR Kilger soles. People, folks, cowboys, I'm telling you, this is the finest leather in the world, okay? You will not get a finer piece of leather than this anywhere in the world. This comes out of Germany. There's quite a long history. This company has been around several hundred years, okay? And they're tanning this leather the way they did several hundred years ago. Hasn't changed a bit. That is the finest leather that you can get. If you want me to put those on your boots, call me. Put your boots in a box. Okay, here's the final video on the rodeo boots, the Bronc Riding Rodeo Boots. Look, we got this JR Kilger soles on there. Finest leather in the world right there, folks. Finest leather in the world. The heels, remember, they had the screw in there. We nailed it on real good, and put that screw in there and made it real strong. So listen, rodeo is a very action-packed, very physical sport, and that heel has to stay on when he's in the stirrups, and I made them to where they will not come off. And I dread the man that has to take them heels off next time, because I got them on there good and solid, and I want to zero in right there. You can see I put I put 2 rows of nails to hold the top lift on, because that can easily get torn off too, riding bronc. And another thing is, with bronc riding boots, it's really important, folks, really important that that spur shelf, that is called a spur shelf right there. The spurs go on like that, and it sits on that shelf right there, and then they strap them in over the boot real nice and tight. And that is a very, very important part of bronc riding boots. And I made sure we got that right for him, and they turned out beautiful. Now, I want to show you something else here. This is his buddy's boots right here. Put those up there for you. Look at that. That's his buddy's pair of boots. They ride together in the rodeo circuit, and these are his boots. And I did the same thing for him over here. Let me turn them upside down. Same thing. JR Kilger soles. A little bit different shank construction in there. Now you notice this is done kind of rough. You'll see other videos where the boot is finished really nice. I mean, they do all kinds of designs and stuff on there when they're doing them. You'll see that on other videos, but on this video right here, you will not see that on the bottom of the boots, because a lot of that stuff is made out of wax and it's very slick, and they can't have that when they're in the stirrups. Riding competition bronc riding, that leather has to be bare and doesn't have any finish on there whatsoever. So this is what we call a rough out finish. And listen, cowboys, they don't need all that fancy stuff on there anyway. Just runs up the price. I did the same thing on these boots too. I put a coat of dye on them. Finished them up. These were really, really rough looking. You seen the other pair when he brought those in, how rough looking they were when he brought them in to me. That's because he's been around them cows and bulls and stuff and horses. And but anyway, I conditioned them real nice. Put a deep conditioning on the whole boot. And listen, that's what you get when you send your boots to me. If it's a pair of high-end dress boots, we can make them look a little fancier in that shank area. And but anyway, listen, folks, listen here, folks. I'm not going to get rich doing this, but look, if you know somebody or you have a pair of boots that needs to be done, put them in a box and send them to me. You're going to get them back. They're going to be done right. And listen, please like and subscribe and share my videos so people know that there is a place where they can send their boots and have them done. Some of these small towns out across Texas, Wyoming, Iowa, Nebraska, they don't have shoe cobblers. They need somebody to do their boots for them. And hey, I'm your huckleberry when it comes to fixing boots, let me tell you. We don't mess around. We do it the right way. You get them back the right way. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.